This presentation provides an overview of the Victorian Auditor-General's report, follow-up on oversight and accountability of committees of management. This report forms part of our follow-up audit program, where we assess agencies' progress in implementing recommendations from selected audits. This report follows up on our 2014 audit, Oversight and Accountability of Committees of Management, which found that the former Department of Environment and Primary Industries did not take sufficient steps to ensure that Committees of Management, or COMs, were managing Crown land reserves appropriately. This audit found that the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning, or DELP, has not fully addressed any of the 11 recommendations we made in our 2014 audit, and the underlying issues have not been resolved. There are more than 8,000 Victorians who are members of COMs. A COM can be a group of volunteers who are appointed through a formal selection process, such as an expression of interest process or a public election. Through their volunteer labour, these groups maintain and oversee almost 1,500 Crown land reserves. The map on this slide shows the committee's main contact location. Visit audit.vic.gov.au to access an interactive version of this map. DELP is responsible for Crown land reserves. Crown land reserves are areas of public land set aside for the benefit and enjoyment of Victorians. For specific reserves, DELP delegates the land management to COMs. Reserves managed by COMs include local sporting grounds, parks and gardens, as well as historic buildings and international tourist precincts such as the Phillip Island Nature Reserve and the Great Ocean Road. There are 4 key themes to our findings. The first is the appropriateness of COMs as a land management model. Our 2014 audit highlighted several scenarios where appointing a COM was not the most effective or efficient way to manage a reserve. One example is that land with a hospital on it might be better managed by the government department responsible for hospitals. DELP has not actively pursued opportunities we identified to realign reserves to a more appropriate land manager. The second theme is around poor information and understanding of risks and issues. Our 2014 audit identified 5 issues, including COMs' volunteer capacity and their funding needs, which DELP needed to understand better through review, analysis or evaluation. DELP has not taken any action to do this. Another theme is inadequate support and oversight. As we recommended in the original audit, DELP has published guidelines and a website for COMs, and it has developed a new approach to supporting COMs that includes details on annual reviews and inductions for new volunteers. However, the approach is too onerous for it to implement, so several activities are not occurring, and some types of COMs are receiving no support or oversight at all. The final theme concerns public safety risks. We surveyed COM volunteers for this audit, and 462 responded. Participants told us about 106 different examples of public safety risks that they were managing on their reserves. One COM did not have enough resources to get trees removed after an expert advised they were dangerous. Another example involved the former Royal Mint, which has 5-metre-high brick walls at risk of falling onto a busy city street. The walls are now being fixed, but there was a 3-year delay in getting an engineering assessment, which the Building Commission had recommended after a fatal incident with some similar walls, and a further 2-year delay before repair work began. Overall, the underlying issues remain unresolved. We did not make any new recommendations, as the 2014 recommendations remain relevant. DELP must take a more strategic, informed and risk-based approach to COMs to ensure the public land and assets they manage remain safe and protected for all Victorians. For further information, please see the full report of this audit on our website, www.audit.vic.gov.au.